Okay, good day YouTube. Today's video, I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm just going to do a simple walkthrough of my PvP battles in Imperial City, Elder Scrolls Online. Hopefully this can better illustrate and elaborate on some of my thought processes, my workflow, as well as what's really going through the brain as I'm button mashing and attempting to hit the enemy down. So as you have followed my channel, you would know I run a crit sword stamina sword build, in which case my modus operandi is always to sneak as a vampire, and I would leverage off the passive strike from the shadows. Whenever I leave sneak, I get an increase in spell damage of 300 for 6 seconds. Within these 6 seconds, what I wish to do would be to cast Haunting Curse, Streak to stun the enemy. When my opponent is stunned, I can double down on the passive from my dual wield. I would then launch my Dawnbreaker, which would further enhance my spell damage as well as spell penetration. Around that time, hopefully the first Haunting Curse would take its effect. I would then start to spam either Silver Shards or my Crystal Frag, depending on which, and hope for the best. I have 6 seconds where I am at my optimal, and hopefully I can finish off my opponent within this 6 seconds. If I fail to do so, I would normally streak away and try to escape, or I may just dance around and kite around the battlefield, depending on the nature of the fight as well as the competency of my opponent. So without further ado, let me elaborate on one of the battles that I've gone through. This is me spying on 3 of the blues from afar, staying hidden. But as you can see, my hidden status got compromised because I got a little bit too close to one of the ads over here. So you have to be careful of where the monsters are, where the mobs are. Once my meter starts ticking, I only have 4 seconds left for my vampire passive, and this is not a good situation. But I decided to proceed anyway. Since it looks like there are only 2 of them here, I might be able to take them out. And once I commenced my attack, the third guy came into my POV. So this is a little bit more than I intended to chew, but let's just go ahead anyway, because you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, right? I launch my Haunting Curse, and then I'm going to streak, and I'm going to do my Dawnbreaker and try to finish off these 2 guys as fast as possible. I will start to use my stamina spammables and as well as my Crystal Frag. Now as you can see, the third guy just came back into the battle, so this is not good news, right? The good thing about Silver Shards is that it is an AoE spammable, meaning to say as I primarily attack this guy will also be taking some of the damage, although 22% less, so it's good to have concurrent attacks happening. Okay, so a Crystal Frag came in just nice to finish this one off. I will then proceed to try to get this sword over here before I tackle the last Necrom. Okay, so I want to put some distance away from the other 2 opponents, and then I can apply Vigor so I can get my health almost back to full again. So this is a psychological thing. You want your enemies to always think you are back to full health, and that no matter what damage they're applying onto you, it does not work. So there's a very troublesome ad that's in the middle of the way. You have to make sure that you apply your Haunting Curse and your attacks accurately to whoever that you wish to attack. Okay, so second guy is down, and then at this point I'm pretty confident that I should be able to take the third one. However, things do take a twist as they tend to do in PvP battles, so watch out. At this moment, he has applied some debuffs onto me, and I'm actually not aware that the Barb Trap is actually applied on me, and that actually does a lot of damage over time. And then he got his Necro ultimate on, so this is not good news. I usually have to wait and not try to invest too much attacking onto him because I'm just wasting my resources. He's pretty much invulnerable for this close window. Right? So at this point, I applied Vigor once, and I actually should have done it again one more time. I thought my health bar would go up, but it went south pretty quickly, I think because of the Barb Trap applied. This is a key moment of the battle because I was too engrossed with the proc Crystal Frag, which I was trying to release it, but there was some latency as it tend to do. You can see I have a latency of 283. At this point, if I have reapplied Vigor, I probably would have won this battle and kept my 4000 Telva, but unfortunately, my health went down really quickly, and I didn't have a chance to cast my Crystal Frag to kill him. So lesson learned over here, always prioritize your health bar. They tend to go down very fast once you're close, like right down to 10%. Here I am, just trying to farm some of the ads over here to get my ultimate as high as possible. And then I spotted a blue coming in. I think he's not expecting me as well. I looked at his rank over here. Essentially, okay, pretty decent rank. He probably is a PvP player, so I have to be a little bit careful. Get rid of the ads first. Make sure my Haunting Curse lands properly on the opponent, which it does over here. He got his shields up. Now, and then I stunned him, but I didn't gauge the distance very well, so I cannot apply my Belllock at this point, so this is not good, right? Try to stun him and be right next to him so you can apply your Belllock immediately. The fact that he got his shield up and he doesn't do too much offensive burst onto me suggests two things. One, he's not really a PvP player, he's more PvE inclined. Or two, he's just finished a battle and most of his resources have not caught up with him yet. So this is actually a good opportunity to go in for the kill. So I launched the Crystal Frag proc, that almost did the trick. I streaked him once more, and I got a little bit lucky over here. I launched my Belllock, hoping that he would charge to me and go smack into my Dawnbreaker, which he did, and I think that did most of the damage. And one of the habits that I have in Imperial City is to quickly go into hiding the moment you finish one battle, because you never know what else is going to be around the corner. So as you can see, another blue is over here. He probably saw some of the fighting, some of the FX in the distance, and he wants to come over and have a look. He probably will also know that one of his fellow comrades has fallen, if you look at the chat window over here. So he's out here looking for me. I'm going to stay hidden. So over here, former Emperor, that got me a little bit intimidated, but sometimes just go for it, you never know. So what happens is he's engrossed with an NPC, and then I'm gonna hide, and then I launch my rotation. I missed the streak, but it's okay. I launched my Belllock, that got him, and it seems like he's not interested in fighting, and he died. So sometimes you get situations like this. The PvP rank may just be a reputational thing, just go for it. Another one over here. Again, I'm hidden, waiting to go in for the kill. Some of these obstacles will get in the way of your streak, so you want to have a clear path before you begin your attack, which is what I'm trying to do now, have a clear path, and this is a good distance to streak. Then Crystal Frag proc, get ready to launch my Belllock. He's a Sorcerer as well, so his streak can get a little bit tricky. Okay, that's not a good place to launch my ultimate, but there you go. Okay, that's all that is needed to get rid of him. Okay, this is another similar situation. Look out and pray for players that are too engrossed with either mobs or the boss. And this is a very low PvP rank, so this should be easy peasy. I want to make sure that I have a clean line of sight so I don't end up cursing the wrong player, the wrong character over here. So there you go. I streak in as usual, launch my Dawnbreaker, and the battle is almost done. This is textbook. And then go into hiding again. Alright, so that's all from me. I hope that my walkthrough will benefit you in some way or another. Go to the link below, and I have actually attached a link of my build. It is my crit build for my Stam sword. So I think with the gear available, and if you follow my tactics, I hope for you to have some success in PvP, whether in Cyrodiil or Imperial City. See you in the next video. Good day.